Hola, ¿qué tal? Dorothea here of Raw Wanderlust, and Dorothea is in fact my real name. I know I introduce myself as Dot in most of my videos. That's just because I've gone by Dot my whole life, Dottie. But I do prefer Dorothea. I think it's more beautiful and it just feels more like me. I've been trying to make the switch, but it's hard for me to even break my own habit of calling myself Dot. Although it does help being in Spain because Dot isn't a name. Like if I tell them my name's Dot, they're like, "What?" Like they don't get it. So Dorothea sounds more like a name. Anyways, so today I want to talk to you about something I don't get asked too frequently about this, but whenever I do, it always kind of comes as a surprise because it's not something I ever honestly think about ever. So when other people ask me, it's like, well, you can worry about that, but I'm not worried. So it kind of hits me from the side, like, really, this is a thing. And that thing is traveling solo as a woman. What is that? Like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? I don't know. Okay, traveling solo. Okay, yeah, there's risks. Yeah, there's risks to not traveling as well. There's risks to not doing what you love, being a woman, ooh, risky business. Being a man, ooh, risky business. I mean, I really like. I'm joking, but I'm not. At the same time, it's really curious to me how this is an issue. For some people, like they really honestly think like this. Um, for example, I had a good friend of mine ask me like, ever like carry firearms with you? And I'm like, are you serious? Have you seen airport security? Hell no. I no, of course not. And that's not a problem. Like I don't even know if I would know how to use them if I did, which it doesn't bother me. Like I have no desire to defend myself in that way, and I don't feel like there's anything to defend myself against. And I say that in all honesty, not out of obliviousness. Like I'm aware that there are inherent risks in traveling, in being alone, in being a woman, but I don't dwell on it. I trust my intuition to take me to wherever I need to go to be safe. And if I feel like I'm in a risky, shady area, then I leave. It's really that simple. I'm very aware of my feelings and my intuition telling me get out. Or this is cool, this is fine, these people are good. Regardless of the language or the culture or wherever I am. Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting to me that this comes up, and what it says to about fear, and where does this fear come from? Is it taught? Is it learned, or is it inherent? Because it doesn't feel inherent to me. It feels like it's something that's learned, and it's something that I just haven't learned. I feel like I do have a level of street smart, though, which you do need when you're traveling, regardless of your gender. You do need to be aware of what's going on. If you're in a bad place or not, because there are bad places. There are places where the crime is higher than others, but that doesn't mean that bad things don't happen everywhere, because they do. And good things happen everywhere as well. So another thing about this subject, real quick, and I know this is going to sound super ignorant to a lot of people listening, but everything happens for a reason, and that's like super cliche to say, I know. But just listen, hear me out. So let's assume for a second that, okay, I'm traveling alone as a woman. Ooh, that's so hard to assume. It's happening. Okay, and something horrible happens. Something really, really god awful happens. Something unthinkable. Okay, let's say I get kidnapped and I get raped or drugged up or close to death's door, almost murdered, or I don't know, like something really, really, really horrible. And I'm not trying to like make fun of or belittle this situation when it does happen, because it does happen. But let's just say something really, really, really bad happens. Okay, assuming I don't die, I come out of it, and I reassess my life, and I'm climbing out of this horrible situation. What good can come out of that? A lot of good can come out of that. Okay, as horrible as it is, and as much as I don't wish that upon myself or anyone, um, a lot of good can come out of that. There's a lot of potential in that situation. I would be able to relate to a lot of people who've had similar situations, and I could potentially help a lot of people. Again, I'm not wishing that upon anyone, and I'm not wishing it upon myself, certainly not. Um, but I think a lot of times, I know in my life, with horrible things that have happened to me in my real life, there have been periods when I've thought and I've reflected on them, and I've thought, man, like if only that didn't happen. Oh, like that was so bad. Oh, it was so horrible. That really threw me off. Blah blah blah. My whole life could be different if that one thing didn't happen. And then I think, yeah, my whole life could be different, and I love my life now, and I wouldn't want it to be any different. And hindsight is always 2020. Oh gosh, I'm full of cliches today, but it's so true. Like it it is, and I can't you can't really have regrets, like oh, you can't live like that. I'm really just spilling my thoughts on you right now. I hope all of this is digestible for you and interesting. And if it is, then yeah, if you want to continue the conversation, I'd love to hear more of what you guys think. Are there really risks, or is it all in your head? Really think about that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't pretend to know anything, but I know what my experience has been, and I've had a great time traveling as a woman, finding myself, and let's see, how many more cliches can I throw at you? Okay, well, I hope you like this video. I'm gonna cut it off now, but yeah, feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever, blah blah blah, and check out my website, my blog, which is rawwanderlust.com. And until next time, I'll see you guys.